It's 8:03 on Friday, September 13th, 2024. We're at 64 degrees, highs in the low 80s. Good morning, I'm Michelle Basch.
And I'm John Aaron. The top local story we're following this hour, it is abnormally dry out there. The U.S. Drought Monitor says the western parts of our area are officially in a moderate drought now. WTOP's Neil Augenstein tells us it's unlikely to affect our drinking water supply, though.
At Point of Rocks, with Loudoun County on one side of the Potomac River and Frederick County on the other, is a water gauge that measures river flow. That's important because downstream from there are the water intakes for the Washington Aqueduct, WSSC Water, and Fairfax Water. Even though much of our area is in drought, the Interstate Commission on the Potomac River Basin says there is sufficient flow to meet our area's water demands without releasing water from upstream reservoirs. If there were an extreme drought, water could be released into the Potomac from reservoirs in northwest Maryland and where West Virginia and Maryland meet. But the commission says it is not needed now. In fact, the last time an upstream reservoir release was needed was 14 years ago. Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
A court hearing is scheduled in Prince William County this morning for the husband of missing Manassas Park mother, Mamta Kafle Bhatt. Naresh Bhatt is set to appear in court at 9 this morning. The Manassas Park police chief confirmed yesterday that the department now has possession of a Tesla, which the husband sold before being arrested. Police think the car could lead to new information in the case. The couple's home was searched again earlier this week. Investigators say they've received new leads from concerned citizens. Stay with us here at WTOP for the latest on this developing story.
D.C. does have enough patrol officers on the street to do the job. That is the upshot of a new audit. But as WTOP's Kyle Cooper reports, there's pushback from the police department.
The Office of the D.C. Auditor report says the city has enough officers on patrol, but should deploy them differently to better meet the workload. Ron Surpass is on the team that conducted the study.
Are the right number of detectives in a particular unit based on the amount of work, touch time, how many hours, how many days, how many witnesses, how many warrants?
The report does recommend hiring 65 more detectives. D.C. Police, in a statement, says the report is at odds to reality, pointing out staffing is currently at a 50-year low. Kyle Cooper, WTOP News.
Final honors for a D.C. police officer who was accidentally shot and killed while trying to pull a gun out of a storm drain. WTOP's Nick Iannelli has more.
Wayne David was laid to rest here at Fort Lincoln Cemetery in Brentwood. A big crowd of police officers from across the region gathered around, wearing white gloves and saluting.
Shoulders up!
The burial followed funeral services at Ebenezer AME Church in Fort Washington. David's children, Juanita and Devon, both paid tribute to their father.
I'll carry you in my heart until we reunite in heaven someday.
You are my forever hero. I love you, Dad.
In Prince George's County, Nick Iannelli, WTOP News.
The charges against the man accused of tossing that gun into the drain include illegally discarding a firearm and ammunition.
New this morning, a firefighter is hurt after a passing vehicle struck several first responders. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says it happened around 3 a.m. on the inner loop of the Beltway between Colesville Road and University Boulevard near exit 29. They say they were working on another incident when a vehicle struck them and several state troopers. One firefighter was taken to a trauma center. The other emergency personnel are said to be okay.
Coming up here on WTOP.
Falling rates are starting to make a difference. I'm Jeff Claybaugh.
And we'll check traffic and weather in 30 seconds.